A woman named Priya lived a seemingly happy life with her husband Rohan. They had been married for 7 years, sharing a home filled with laughter, shared dreams, and mutual respect. Priya believed their bond was unshakable, a partnership built on trust and love. But over time, small cracks began to appear in their perfect facade. Rohan's behavior changed subtly at first. He started coming home late, citing work pressures, and his phone was always locked. He grew distant, distracted even in moments that used to bring them joy. Priya tried to convince herself it was nothing, blaming his stress and the grind of daily life. Yet, a nagging feeling she couldn't ignore lingered. One evening, while Rohan was in the shower, Priya noticed his phone buzzing on the table. Normally, she wouldn't pry, but this time curiosity overwhelmed her. The message read, "Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Love, Mira." Priya felt her world crumble. Her hands trembled as she scrolled through a stream of messages that painted a vivid picture of a relationship far too intimate for comfort. Instead of confronting him immediately, Priya decided to gather herself. She sought advice from a close friend, who suggested taking time to think about her next steps. Over the following weeks, Priya quietly observed Rohan, hoping to understand why he had drifted. She noticed how he smiled at his phone, how he seemed livelier when heading out but subdued at home. Her heartbreak deepened, but she remained calm, determined to face the truth head-on. One night, as they sat down for dinner, Priya looked Rohan in the eye and asked him directly, "Is there someone else?" Rohan froze, guilt and panic flashing across his face. He tried to deny it at first, but Priya's steady gaze left no room for lies. Slowly, he admitted his affair with Mira, a colleague he had grown close to over the past year. Priya listened in silence, her emotions a storm beneath her calm exterior. She asked him why, what had gone wrong between them. Rohan confessed that he felt unseen and unappreciated in their marriage, but even as he spoke, he knew it wasn't an excuse for his betrayal. Priya's heart ached not only from his infidelity, but also from the realization that she had missed the signs of his unhappiness. The days that followed were filled with difficult conversations. Priya decided to take some time apart to reflect on what she wanted. She sought therapy to help her process her emotions and decide whether their marriage was worth saving. Rohan, deeply remorseful, agreed to do the same, hoping to rebuild the trust he had shattered. Their journey was neither easy nor predictable. It forced them to confront their own shortcomings and redefine what their relationship meant. For Priya, the betrayal became a turning point in her life, teaching her the value of self-worth and the strength it took to rebuild. Whether with Rohan or on her OW end that AS weeks turned into months, Priya immersed herself in understanding her own needs and desires. She realized that for years she had prioritized Rohan's happiness and their life together over her own. This self-reflection empowered her to rediscover passions she had set aside. Painting, reconnecting with old friends, and even taking up yoga to find inner peace. Rohan, on his part, worked hard to regain her trust. He ended his relationship with Mira and took full responsibility for his actions. He sought therapy not just for their marriage, but also for himself, delving into the reasons behind his choices and the void he had tried to fill. He learned to communicate better, to express his emotions openly rather than letting resentment build up in silence. When Priya and Rohan finally sat down to discuss their future, it wasn't just a conversation about staying together or parting ways. It was about honesty, vulnerability, and accountability. Priya set clear boundaries, making it known that forgiveness, if it came, would be on her terms and in her own time. Rohan respected that, understanding the gravity of the pain he had caused. Slowly, they began to rebuild, brick by brick. They attended couples therapy, where they unpacked years of unspoken frustrations and unmet expectations. The sessions were tough, often leaving them emotionally raw, but they also opened doors to a deeper understanding of each other. They learned how their communication had faltered, how their individual insecurities had fed into a cycle of distance. Despite their progress, Priya remained cautious. She knew that love alone wasn't enough to sustain a marriage. It required trust, respect, and effort from both partners. There were moments of doubt when memories of the betrayal resurfaced, threatening to undo the fragile peace they had started to build. In those moments, Priya leaned on the support of her friends and therapist, reminding herself of her own resilience. Rohan, too, faced his own battles. He grappled with the guilt of his actions and the fear that no matter how hard he tried, it might never be enough to heal the wounds he had caused. Yet he persevered, driven by his genuine love for Priya and a newfound respect for the strength she had shown throughout the ordeal. Over time, they reached a crossroads. Priya had to make a choice, to fully commit to a renewed marriage or to walk away and start anew. After months of soul-searching, she chose to stay, not because she felt obligated, but because she saw real change in Rohan and believed in the possibility of a stronger partnership. Their relationship, though scarred, became a testament to their growth. It wasn't perfect, nor was it the same as before, but it was honest. They promised to keep working, to never take each other for granted again. And while the pain of the past could never be erased, it became a reminder of how far they had come. Not just as a couple, but as individuals who had found strength within themselves to face life's toughest challenges.